nani alimuua. Tukishika na tochi tunaweka dawa yetu ya samani inaitwa njano. Hiyo njano itatafuta yule aliua, tunasema mara 7. Wenyewe wataanza kukufa, alafu kesho yake wenyewe watakuja kusema tuliua mtu wenu bila kuchua.
Na sio tu tochi peke yake, tutachukua pia mishale ya mnyama anayeitwa porcupine 4 kwa kulia tunaita isekesi. Hiyo mishale ni sharp kabisa, tutaweka katika kona 4 za kaburi yake, na maana yake ni kwamba isizuie mtu ambaye alihusika kwa hii maneno.
Pony Khalwale trending for showing up with a big torch at Cyrus Jirongo'S funeral. The essence of the torch to be placed in Jirongo'S coffin, a tradition elders say they will follow in order to capture Jirongo'S murder culprits. Everyone seems to be excited with the torch. What's your opinion? Should Jirongo be buried with the torch in order to capture his assailants? According to the elders, once the torch goes off, the assailants will go down with the deceased. Do you believe in historical cultures? Welcome back to our channel. Press the subscribe button for more news bulletins on Royal News, the channel where you get all your trending politics. Now, Khalwale has been the center of attention after storming at Jirongo'S burial with a huge torch for rituals to be placed in Jirongo'S coffin in order to capture the culprits who murdered him. It is not a secret. Before Jirongo passed away, he held a meeting with none other than Moses Wetangula. Hours later, he is pronounced dead with an unsolved mystery and an accident scapegoat that executed an alibi. Can we listen to the elders?
Mundu akikufa bila kujua amekufa na manakani, wakati wa kushika huwa tunashika na tochi. Watoto wadogo hawakaribii, wamama hawakaribii, wasedi wanashika mtu ambapo aliuawa bila kujua nani alimuua. Tunashika na tochi za papu. Hiyo ni ambapo kesho yake hatutaki hiyo sisieno iturudie. Sisieno ni kosi. Ni kitu ile ya samani ambapo inaweza sundisha watoto wakilala, wakitembea. Lazima tusike na tochi, ndipo tuseme mambo ya kinyada. Kama mtu alimuua bila sisi kuchua nani alimuua, tukishika na tochi tunaweka dawa yetu ya samani inaitwa njano. Hiyo njano itatafuta yule aliua, tunasema mara 7. Wenyewe wataanza kukufa, alafu kesho yake wenyewe watakuja kusema tuliua mtu wenu bila kuchua, na watalipa. Lazima walipe ng'ombe, walipe kondoo, na wenyewe wasipolipa wataendelea kukufa. Kuna vitu ambavyo tunaweza kuweka kwa kaburi. Kitu cha kwanza ni dawa inaitwa njanwa. Hii njanwa huwa inaita wale ambapo walipotea, wale ambapo waliua na wakapotea, lazima wenyewe watakuja. Na tukisika huyo mtu lazima aokweshwe na dawa ya kinyala, ndipo tuweke. Na hapo zamani kaburi ilikuwa inachimbwa usiku, na sanduku hakuna kushika kwa sanduku, huwa tunasikia kwa ngozi ya ng'ombe. Tunachinja ndume na tunaweka kwa ngozi, na ngozi ndio inasema ukweli.
Jirongo'S murder mystery has left a bunch of endless questions. How did he get to Naivasha? Who was driving his car? Was he already dead by the time his vehicle was arriving in Naivasha? What happened to Cyrus Jirongo, disappearing for 2 hours? Later on, his car resurfaces in Naivasha with a probox tailing him. Were the people driving the probox accomplices with the ones driving Cyrus Jirongo'S car and the Climax bus driver? According to speculations, Jirongo'S car was driven and left on the highway on the wrong lane intentionally, awaiting a fatal crash. With speculations, Jirongo was already dead by the time of the accident. Why was there no blood found on his car after the accident? Jirongo'S vehicle is right-hand driven, but Jirongo was found on the left seat, lifeless, motionless. If he was the only person in the vehicle, how comes he was on the left seat? Why didn't the airbags pop off? to protect Jirongo from the fatal accident? The questions are many. The unsolved mystery. The government is silent. The only solution? A tradition. Cultural burial with a torch. According to Tiriki culture, when the torch goes off, it will shut down with the people who killed Jirongo. Now, according to the new forensics from the DCI investigation, 2 people were in Jirongo's vehicle, meaning Jirongo could have possibly already been dead by the time his vehicle was arriving in Naivasha, and someone else was driving the vehicle.
Ilipoonekana kwenye vyombo vya CCTV kule Naivasha, ilikuwa na watu wawili wameketi mbele. Nyuso hazionekani, lakini linaonyesha kuna watu wawili wameketi, so hakuwa peke yake. So mbona kwa ajali ambayo inasemekana ikaja alikuwa peke yake? Wachunguzi hawa wametuonyesha video hiyo mzuri kabisa ya CCTV. Na wasema si mnaona hapa, hili gari ni right hand drive, so hatuwezi kuona upande huo wa steering, lakini upande huo wa left ndio huyo mtu hapa.
Hence our question, was the CCTV footage edited just to provide public view for what Kenyans wanted to see? In real sense, it was a staged accident with a pro box waiting for the other driver who was driving Jirongo's car. If there were 2 people in the vehicle, how comes only Jirongo was in the vehicle during the accident? The driver of the Climax bus, was he paid off to provide a perfect alibi and a story scapegoat over the accident? Politics, a dangerous game. Wetangula clearly states he had a meeting between 8 to 9 p.m. with the late Jirongo, but hours later, Jirongo was no more. What transpired? Was Wetangula aware of what would happen to Jirongo? Was Wetangula an alibi to the assailants? Was the government involved? Question marks with no answers. A bus ferrying 65 passengers, but only the driver came out to talk and explain events as they transpired. Where were the 65 passengers? We all know lawyers never keep calm. They would have come out at least to explain what they witnessed during the accident. Now, Khalwale is totally in support of the torch ritual, and he is seen arriving with a very big torch to be placed in Jirongo's coffin as he pays tribute to the late politician. Natembea in support of the torch too, but Wetangula totally against the torch ritual, naming it as old-fashioned. What is Wetangula so afraid of? Is there something he knows about Jirongo's death that he is not saying? Wetangula was seen moving around with a special walking stick from the Kwimilima tree, which is associated with the rituals and traditions. Was he protecting himself with the Kwimilima stick? The question is, against what? Who killed Jirongo and why? Do you support the torch rituals performed on Jirongo so that the family can actually get answers and justice? Why is Wetangula against the torch rituals? Will the questions ever be answered? The unsolved mystery and the traditional rituals performed on Jirongo before burial, with the torch going off, taking off the assailants. Do you support the torch mystery? It is called traditions and cultures. Stay tuned to Royal News for more news updates on Cyrus Jirongo'S burial and the mystery of the torch rituals performed by elders according to culture. JD Ishmaels.